Tell me about yourself. Who are you?
This is a very rhetorical question. Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Who am I? That's the kind of question I ask myself sometimes, because now, who do they say I am? Because, you know, some people might call me Cheddar, some people might call me Nana, call me Bediako, some people will be me Freedom Jacob Caesar. Now, we are so what's in this year, or dream who and I say officer metia and I say baby sir. And I dear meeting me, I forcing the say I am metia. And who are you, dear? I'm nobody. But what I am is what I'm becoming. And that's what I expect people to embrace.
So how did you conceive what you want to become?
Well, I think that life begins from how you start it.
Okay.
How you build it. How you move. And that's what makes you as you're moving along. You know, in Ghana, a lot of us are raised in poor areas. If you live in a poor area, it's very difficult for you to say that I have become extremely rich. You know, it's likely that but some of us, we have to fight to come out of that zone. And then when you come out and you call other places, what shall I say so normal? Sebi anje bia obia asokwa na me free. Na me ne maame na te.
Ofi asokwa.
Asokwa eho na me nyini ye.
Adanse asokwa, Kumasi asokwa na
Kumasi asokwa.
Kumasi asokwa.
Kumasi asokwa na me papa ewo nkran na me maame ewo Kumasi. Nti me ne me maame na nyini ye.
Okay, tu free Kumasi.
Me free Kumasi. Me di 11 years na me to anamon se me ba Accra. Na telephone ni o na bibie ni o me ma me hwe me o se me nko na sika kakra ma save enwa na me
11 years.
Yes, enwa na me di tu about ba Accra ti me ba ya na me hia me nua me hu omo da, you know. So for me, like
now where then
me ba se me ba be ko school, me ba be school papa ko e won cry
o papa wa ha.
Me papa wa ha.
Okay, nti na wo ba o papa wa
me ba me papa ho.
Because why you be to make say 11 years now, why would you was all bank crying? So we're coming to your father.
Yeah, I was coming to my family.
Okay,
yes,
now we're school papa.
So I was moving from my mother to my father.
Okay.
I
don't know what you worry.
Oh, these are not things I want to discuss. Yes, but me share. A contour no, a nanti a manante. Baby a medudru. Ni baby a meduru ya necessary me U10. Baby a meduru ya necessary me sacrifice. Baby a meduru ya na enu nyina ani na mo ho ametutu a abobom and a prepare me.
Okay.
Nti ene se me ka se who I'm becoming a kire say all the things that I've been through in my lifetime. I've learned from that experience. And experience is the root and the foundation of wisdom. When you don't forget it, you learn from it. Okay. And that is what has prepared me to this point. And I must say that there is no such thing as luck. Chances come for the prepared minds.
Sure.
And even God to choose you is because you were prepared.
Prepared, sure.
Yes, and I'm prepared. And the courage in me is what I think has made me become appointed.
It's Ufi Asukwa, meaning you are an Ashanti, precisely.
Yes.
Ufi Kumasi Bank, I will school by.
Oh, maybe call schools. Me call first, me call Tema. And I me call Accra Academy, and I me call Apam.
What school in Apam?
Apam.
Okay.
We are Apam.
Oh, yeah, Apam. But that one I know, but I just want to ask you.
Me call London, and I me share college as well. We college and I'm share university as I'm share university as no number of businesses that number no me bintina me concentrate on the business class now mokano. So I decided say me too an amount for
no why your business
na my business. Now the time I walked out, there was a voice that told me that from this very moment you're responsible for yourself. Anye ya mawa when you say decision now take here no. And I inti akwana na menam so no. No me kurem den say.
It's when you university.
Men but me ba into the real world and so me who say the university is important.
Okay.
But the degree does not fulfill your destiny. A lot of people have degrees, but they don't have the chance to even get a job.
Okay.
So for me, I would advise people to have education. It's very important. It's a necessity. But one of the things that they should keep with them the most is the network and the experience. Because I didn't say I'm going to say BBC I was going to be on Kai.
Apam secondary school be on Menkai. Kakrebi na Mekai.
Say what is science? I'll wait my explain.
Let me say they mean to be catch. But do be some so near met me catch. Are you married?
Yes, I'm married.
All right. When you worry, it's one worry we any day. Na you betie sim, na you rural forest nim, na you the face of that lion. Share video way. Maybe I better so. So now you know it all. Into action. Mami na I want more chain no. Or you where?
Oh, Mami no, your friend is Shalima.
Shalima.
Yes.
Ufi
Belgium.
Belgium. Or a Belgian.
Yes.
Okay. Or your day.
Oh yeah, Ubia ye call adoye wo mepe.
Okay.
And na yishia no.
Okay.
Na Honorable Ablakwa one of the tents that we were building and bonfire that we had done. And ti ehona mishia no. Ti ehona na we connected.
Okay.
Nti obehu ye na yenene kasa ye na who say and so we are doing these kind of things. Charity. First, it was about charity and foundation.
Okay.
Then they realized that the foundation in Tiahono and my and the Kasai, but not what Tina Krumha for 3 years. No, yeah, Juma with GH1 as a presenter. We just met her 4 months ago, and then she joined us.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
Say nya dia wona okofa ni fia broche bag.
No. Oh, Kruma dada. Otia for 3 years. No, yeah, Juma with GH1. Into a call up and down ba. Am I crowd before say ye bemana ye ni no. The reason why your man here spokesperson as the reporter no, was that at that time no me say ya peg Ghana for say omun kasa obi asuro ya kofa obi no hu the mask ne pe no ya na watwe ne ho to obi am pese obeba video so eyi nanim nti girl no pe and a volunteer say meye. And I also thought say it was a good thing because New Force is not a political registered entity. You know, we're just a movement. And we thought say a reporter who is representing as a spokesperson is nothing for people to worry about. But she stood up and said she would do it. And that's why. And I will forever stand by her for what she did because that was a demonstration of courage. Today, I want Ghanaians to understand that there's so many microphones I have. If they want to speak, if they want to support the movement, they should come. Okay. If you're ready to show your face, I'm ready to stand behind you.
I didn't know much,
Well, this is something that I think I will leave the nation to look more into it because she was called to come to the immigration. And then we sent a lawyer to find out and also to represent her. But the lawyer said, she should come herself.
Okay.
So she went. I was in Nigeria at that time. You know, I'd gone to see Peter Obi because I was inviting them to Ghana. And so when I got back, I realized that she had been arrested. But there was no access to her because they moved her from the immigration to BNI. So that's when we got a little bit worried because immigration have their own metropolitan system.
That's right.
As the police, they can arrest you, they can take you to court and everything. So when it went to BNI, then we were a little bit worried. But of course, it's NIB. So we have to wait to see what the government is saying. Then we realized that we were not getting access. So we said, okay, let's wait for the 48 hours. It's the most time you can keep any human unless you're able to charge them. And then in the 48 hours, we realized that they took a loan to the court whilst the lawyer was in the BNI. So the lawyer had to get on Okada to quickly rush to the courts. And that was around 3 p.m.
Oh.
And then they were trying to force her to plead to something. Okay, and she said she wouldn't speak. So when the lawyer got there, the response was that the judge said, look...
Xavier Sosu?
No, at that time it was not Sosu.
Okay.
It was another lawyer, you know, called Jamal. And then the judge said that, okay, you have a bill. But we want to keep you to investigate something. So
you are on bail?
Yeah, because there's no charge.
So the judge
The judge, yes, that is the report from the lawyer.
Okay, so when your bill,
because there was no charge.
Said no.
Yes, but they want to keep her. And so they kept her for another 5 days. But this is where the kidnapping issue came in, because the clothes were not delivered to her. She couldn't change herself. She was just away. Nobody could talk to her, nothing. And so they kept her. But the 6th day, I just decided to change the lawyer. I wanted to find a professional human rights lawyer, because he had gone past a case of immigration.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Exactly. And Xavier went in there, and by law, they knew that they had to release her because they were at fault. You know, so they released her straight away on bail and gave her 3 conditions to report 3 times in a week.
No, conditions there.
3 times in a week, something, about 3 of them. You know, she has to report 3 times to the immigration. She did all of that. But during that 1 week, so Sue asked for the document.
Men answer what camera for the doc.
Okay, and yeah, Mami Katri. Anti Samre Nunano. So Sue ebisai say document na mo say or dear defrauded to get the visa. Mumma is a document, you know, because the visa and our passport in India are authentic. It is from the immigration, so it's issued by Ghanaians. And then within that 4 to 5 days, the immigration entity provided happy panel. Until the time came, say so court, which was the 7 days. We do court, you know. And no, na omo drop a case, and we said there's no case charges against you. Until omo drop a case, you know, and na OPA, you know, and na military, NIB, and immigration.
Almost a chain of
now omo chain no.
Media
Again, no, yeah, who need BM. And yes, be a man of fan in Tari, and I say, or fan in Sika and Nabi. Omo within 8 hours, no, didn't share claim. Nobody didn't call Belgium. Until also do Belgium, no. Now in some do baby. And we share happy person who say, almost see, oh, now Belgium Kingdom, so Oma close Ghana for bank accounts or ho. Until now, quite to say, and Tokabi, yeah, mine any Belgium, and Oma dia cut girl, no so. What I said, to show my Google crowd, but we say, through that, you know, Ghana was blacklisted by EU, and then no be. Until me free say, since here, ebi omu treaty obano, the human rights violation, no, yin hokakra. What I say, and so the country have the right to arrest anybody who has forged documents.
Okay.
What I say, they have the right.
But now a forged documents.
There was no proof. That's what they asked. No, man, but if they
now we overstay na.
They be say on what 3 years. Into what 3 years, I don't know ultimate na. When you Juma Krawa, I we TV. Yeah, we volunteer my one signing contract be a. Into one no over Kroma or surviving idea. I think there is a question that rather the government should ask the immigration, say, how did they get this authentic visa? Okay, because omu bisa omu se mu fa paper nemra no. But na ka omu paper no so amenya sure say come drop cases no. So what I say, come continue until no.
The mask. Why this concept?
The mask. I think the mask is the reason why you and I are sitting here, right?
The can you make
you know,
concept in the free.
We share history. Now share Africa 40 years before. Now you paint anim. Now you the dot assisi ho. And no and now you mark your homework. But that was as being anonymous. What you say? Near the who see. Now, sir, a before now you dear who see you what power in our leadership. And when I decided, say, I'm bringing it back. Say, shusha me. Find me and find my reasons. Find my visions. Ask me why and all of that. Into Usha, in our history of politics, though, and even other countries in Africa, Obiamba say, Misha Mask, and I'm a campaigning. This is the first time in history for them. And they should also understand that I'm the first character. I'm the first flag bearer. I'm the first of its kind. I've been sent. I've been chosen. I feel like it's a calling that I can do something to help my nation. And just the campaigning part is campaigning. it's campaign in politics means marketing. Inti marketing no all politics no one else you know. But I think that it's gotten to some of the entities in the country because I say we should be na wonti asia na wo hwa na wonti nti asia na afede ato ene adwendwen kakra.
If it's na aban na bohu kakra.
Oh, media mean kasa aban na abohu, but me free say nipa nyina akra no were curious. Na curiosity about a mining. Na obi a peso hu, e bi aban peso hu say de ben na ye be ye. Are we politicians and I say are we NGOs and I say is it a movie? Nti me free say curiosity. And I office will be able.
Well, I don't know. Some of them in stop it with convention. They want, I think they be at the Well, I think so.
Oh, great.
Well, I think so.
Okay. It's good to know from the nation, the public's mindset.
From the mask, you're going Independence Square, Akoye Convention. The Atiana say either the night or a day 2, day I 7 January. You say, yeah, my win yet. Then a course. You say, I'm for venue, no mount. My main can you know what me actually we. You say, baby, I dear mount now with your husika. I've gone through the documents, the receipts, and in the last letter, if you Jubilee House or so by, I almost say, which are 10,000, but when you go through the records, it's not like that. Now, which said there are a lot of inconsistencies at the president.
Now, what papers now?
I have it. I have it. We'll put them. Yeah, sure.
But the convention, so sure, and ya dear, a net and 9 grand near Junahun. Yes, I say a Junahun somewhere in August
last year.
Yes, and I'm afraid Patrice Lumumba, and I'm a catcher and he say. Adia me pese ye be ye ewo Africa ahani na me pese me di wono me di way eba Ghana. Now Ghana is a place of independent shas here. Inti me pese I want their voices to be ignited so it can educate the youth of Ghana and Africa.
Okay, so let you hold it there. Let me read the first letter. This is the request to use Black Star Square. Nipo Cholet and Free Jubilee House, no. My name say Black Star too. Say a Black Star. Echra was a presidency hono. Womunye proofreading. You see, debia ye kase we kura. We do not dream money about tongue. Me sure say we could be any in course. Black Star, no matter Black Start. There's a T. It's in your chocolate we could no. I say by now, Chief of Staff of Freno, no question. So no as soon as I so you know ready. Request to use the Black Start Square. New Africa Foundation Diaspora Affairs, Office of the President. So I know that it's coming from the Office of the Diaspora at the Presidency. This is an acknowledgement of receipt of payment for the Black Star Square. I had a Wabetro Star into 2 different areas. There can have Start and Star. Venue to be used for program for the 2nd January to 8th January 2024. Payment details are as follows. Use of the venue, 5,000 a day for 6 days. That's 30,000. Service charge waived. So the total is 30,000. Payment of 30,000 is received today, 15th November 2023. So this money was paid and it was duly received on 15th of November 2023. However, should there be a new approval fee which comes in force before the date of your program, you will be informed to pay the difference. We look forward working with you. Thanks. Brafom. Oh, Kododo. Brafom. Juliana Janga, officer in charge, State Household And we are here. Is it state house or state household? And as your state household we're gonna have. The state household near here. Any position, you know. Officer in charge of state household. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I don't know where you estimate free ho. Senka estimate ho. Minimum maybe I know who this up. It's the mean who say yeah no. One. So I'm some school. Office of the President to be temporal receipt. This is a temporary receipt for payment of Accra Independence Square venue from 2nd January 2024 to 8 January 2024. An amount of 30,000 is paid, and an original receipt will be issued by State Protocol Department. I, Ernest Justice Ampong, will receive the money and ensure the original receipt is prepared for New Africa Foundation. Debbie, Mentias and Pachobra from you. And I brought from a quancho non just said. Maybe what I did the review document, Pao. An amount of this is paid. Paid to who? And then Obayan will say, I will receive, just said in some kind. Minim Samote de American say. Presidency fan as ye cotton in Chinegu Bola Susano. Concert for Kosoro. Thanks, Ernest Justice Ampong, Administrator, Diaspora Affairs. Okay, Kobium, me read documents in now, then I'll go back to amount received. So I don't know if this is the official receipt when we issue a Jubilee House. State House for me some official receipt in it. I don't know. And if indeed this is the official receipt you issue State House, this is a shame. New Africa Foundation 30,000 total amount due, total amount paid for rental of Independence Square. Contact 0557752148 Jubilee House. So a Jubilee House and a receive scanner. Call. Now, my first letter, no, the very first one that was put on the screen. Now, the very first one, Nafi, me send back one army and Sabi ewo home. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. I'm ready for time. Ewo Kwame Japan office time ana oye President Kufuor kasama for. So, otro letter, and I otro letter na if information ministry. I remember very, very well. The SCCA or Minister of Chieftaincy and Culture. That time na Kwabene free, Office of the President. Last minute, non-be information minister. Otro letter, what kind of 7 times as a letter na Kwabonte. And I chose a president to be an adjourned year, you might hear mine so. Information Ministry, which letter? I saw you proofreading 17 times. We share some more about him with some cassette examine kai. Which letter be a free ministry be a what they call a lawyer? I say chief director kind 7 times. I can't now danko akufa do ho. No one can move 7 times as I the letter na kwa bonte. Letter be a free office of the president. Be could be an okojom preni be catch say 8 people should read before he reads. Into be okojom preni office no. Me na man ko invest into me di kan. Now, and na me this as tricks here, they review documents. Then nipa 8 are kind. I said the letter na she kodum pin in sem. They who say nipa 8 are kind, obi ehun say enfumso bia enisu. Ye wi no a na ko honorable Abraham o say edu ho parliament no wasan hwema ansa. Samba kodum pin ho answer. Answer letter no akwa bonten. This left the office of the president. Na baby a ye swear in president kura no maturity. Really? Oh, Jai. Daniel Awabe. So tell me, what happened after all this?
I think we should look at the very letter they issued that says that we pay 10,000.
The letter now, Fede, almost say 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, so there's another letter that they
meaning that
to
revoke. Or the 10,000 on the question chief of staff. Or the 20.
Where's the letter? Can you show it?
Yeah, the battle said, don't worry. Oh, that's just 30,000. No, almost a letter at the comma New Africa Foundation for no. Almost say, mutu ya 10,000. You better refund with 10,000 amount. One kasa sumo letter you mun so HSA 30,000. And a magie. It's a ho. Let me read this letter.
And it's for Black Star Line.
Request to use Black Star Square for the Black Star Line Festival. Patrona would you friend Black Star Line Festival? Okay. My medjuman Memra. Okay, my medjuman. Okay. You see, we write to revoke immediately the permission granted per our letter number OP, that is operations/PH02, dated 11th November 2023, which approved your request to use the Black Star Square for the above events. What Jessica? Actual events in the Papa, our first letter. Letter Mama would revoke venue no. Watch that. This decision has been necessitated by an unforeseen state event scheduled to take place at the venue. Is it the same date? And word na a shehono. You see, maybe I'm bedroom 30 minutes. Okay, that has been bedroom 10 minutes. Until me about 10 minutes. Unforeseen, what wolf you know. Okay, of course, Sunday school, what kind of Bible? You say, unforeseen state event. Until underline unforeseen state event. The money was received on the 15th of November 2023. And the 7th January, year letter. That day now event, now to say unforeseen state event. Under the circumstances, the amount of 10,000 paid by your office for the use of the venue will be refunded. 10,000. We regret any inconvenience this may cause. Deputy Director, Diaspora Affairs, Office of the President. H.M. Wood, Chief Director for Chief of Staff. So this letter was written on, by, and for the authority of the Chief of Staff, Honorable Mrs. Frima Opare. And may I na debi hear me, maybe a copies no echo no. Chief of Staff, Operations, Jubilee House, the National Security Coordinator, eba event a ye koyem. Ya copy no. Said ebe ye obetumi di soldier for the post for alcohol. Stop that is why ya copy no because of unforeseen presidential security coordinator ono kwaje den ho. Nana do security coordinator oje den. Head accounts castle officer in charge president household or presidential households. My member Juma 5 minutes per na mene freedom into aso. Pacho TMU. Aba we abokro no amase so mbokro no kra anye fa biemu. Oh, aya ye kan kofo fi say o captain ano ya captain didi atem and se kro no ntu fi say medi atem a mekoso menyai. How can you take 30,000 from somebody and yet Ministry of Finance? See me here. And yet I Otriberiate MCE. And yet can create South DCU. These letters are coming from the office of the president, for Christ's sake. office of the president, where accuracy and precision is the hallmark. You can't change it. Because the presidency, you draw 9,990.88. Number a chrono. Unima make a chrono. Now presidency, I received 30,000 Ghana cedis from a citizen of the land. Now we're refunding the Sikamana. What quattro? 10,000. Why in a real 20,000? Why in a real? Why? Look, young faster must stop a convention in Tonche. Let me take the president out of this equation. Akufado, akromfune twa wonshan do so. Look, my president men fan in Tonche. Young fan say a born about whatever convention that is going to happen. But Nanado did not receive this money, right? Satsukewe, Nanado on fine we Akufado onimho she. Me they are me say they na nkasa me say ya trust salary we. Me catch JB say adewe Nanado kra be kum no onte onu see na ni bibis no he onu ko onima de kono. Onu kra by now odima de kono. Obi na atena na aye ne calculation. But you see, you don't drag the image and the integrity and the honor, that aura around the presidency in the mud by writing such letters. No way I'm sorry, I'm also Makoko University. Mosok scholars be able to say obi na went to akuru. Na mu de we dwan yasum krom ha. Sabe. When we university, how can you receive 10,000 using office of the president? Nana, sack some people.
We'll get back to the interview. I mean, look, first of all, yes, sir. I've granted interviews in Ghana to discuss people's criminologies. I am here because I want to share the clarity of the entire situation. So I think that maybe on another day at work, you can address all the things that you want to. But, you know, we were talking about the mask and we went to the convention and, you know, I would like us, na yakeka actually meaning say mitiewa who say you're passionate about some things, you know, that is happening, and it's all good and everything, but going forward I think say Mimra Medibaha is to announce myself to Ghanaians what is my vision behind the new force and what are the reasons why the mask, and then the questions about the convention. For me, the benefits that were supposed to come from the convention surpasses the cost and the damages that has been cancelled by our governance or our system, our government or our system. I believe that for some reason also the outcome of the cancellation has created a lot of media traction. You know, because people are now curious to find out the reasons and everything why. So I would like us to talk about why the people.
Okay. In the country more. I say, you mean in a can brofo because in Kratani na ye brofo.
Who said me na brofo na me tisa woka. But this waka brofo sa anti.
The country no be.
Anytime.
You be near the SSA
anytime. Top is all can cry or trio. Casabian
medium maintain crying.
Italian or then the opposite can be
maintain crying. But but once a mooch in Jim TV Nibium said a moyen dana Masha says chinchim, Modia Munchinchim meeting now moye and ye are aware, and most will be chinchim in the dancing because more moon to mean to be chinchim. Ye are aware. To Uchima, Yan Shibichim. and the catch of preco. Mammy Sam found rich review. Maybe so why the mask? What show me the strategy, the marketing plans, and everything about it. What show me to know your bubble boy and name near dear, na chose show me near dear. Nini na chino, a ye trim pobain and a shetchery. I dream pobain and a shetchery.
I dream pardon, sir. You might know a drew baby. You were generational authority. And I quite to say, as a set Timbiano, you train ni and I drew baby and son a drew so. Now, you show my necessary system. It's just called changing the narratives in politics. Okay, inti ye who say, Mrei mwa yetimu and Kurane young people or more Ghana hano. Omu doso. Champion you for no. Inti na yenso as I say a tea ku ni yetimi jina ye nem. Say yenso ye bamubi. And Kurane so bamubi. Inti ye sha and Kofwa nya inspiration free or more and Kofwa te se Kwame Nkrumah. Patrice Lumumba. No, they were in their 30s and their 40s. And they fought, they worked hard, and they gained the people's trust before power was taken. Now, power is not given. Power is taken. And power is taken, and these are the works that you have to do behind it before even God can give you the courage to take it. And I ku any kakrebi, but ye nyini Bible mukra was sick a crana mediamano, a baba 1,000, and a kakradu duonuno, a baba nation. And tea and a money tea I do not die a day a chini say, ye boy and womodia, and so nay a timmy gate ma, and ma a month for Timitana aconium, and yet 2 mudia, or modisha and mind semuye to develop the country, to develop the nation. Ye pesa. Access maybe. Now, yes, you me say, say, a bit me a boani power, no more to me abayet that or much many average salary instead of minimum salary. Now, say, a bit me a year or regions, no, now regions, no, so instead, say, better than a cross, no, I bet than a mine. Now, you didn't know boomer near share economy, I be say, no, we will have a middle economy. Now, a ma say, if we are say, a mine and I grow a casa, yes, you me a cabi. Na me free say enye mpanyimfo pe ene obetimi aye enkura nso e wo sa ahode na ombetimi de aye bi nti me de me hye nkura omwo kuro ma nkran ene ma omutetifia omadane housewives say de bi uswa ahode wo ho nyansa wo ho enimje wo ho eti se otimi ko wanim eti se otimi ye normal you have to fight and make something work for yourself, for your nation, for your people nti ye de adwina ehye mask na chi no but na yenso ye pese ye ma ni pa hwehwe yen ansa na omuhu ya omobisa the second questions a obisa no nti ye ba ya enyo adwinbo ne de nam ye ba ya eye adwin bi a ebetima boa man ne de nam eye adwin bi a ebetima boa nipa omuwo Ghana omopese omoyiye enoma bi anaso mbenya adwuma bi anaso mbenya mfaso bi free enoma omopemu nti ena ema ye etu anama se yenso ye beje power ni bi
na che se anamo no ye trimopa ebeboa Ghana
yes nti wo hwe kra na convention the convention no ye fa politicians too and ye fa activists too na omo voice ekọ akire ena ye debo modin ade omo ba krom ha se mummara be gina bebia ye nya ye independent na omo hwe proposal na ni invitations na ye de ma omo no omo hu se na ya na Kwame Nkrumah
efri
ekasa ye SAS location ya na ogina so ekasa ye ma Africa nyina eteye nti se enenu so ye nya chance bi se ye be kwa kokasa ewo ho ama nkura any African leaders nyina wu se Africa mraso se ye be si Africa ana se ye be boom Africa na etese ye koyanim ni ye nti enu mu na enu mu asama no
se wo hwe CCM ria ye wo mi there are lots of venues na sa nneema we na na betimi akoso Now me question back Kwame pese me busa. Why the Independence Square?
Yehwe mu na Independence Square no and they very suitable for the thing. Now we shame crofo e de omo ba. Omo ye leaders. What you say? Si aka se do omo ko stadium na se nipa 30-40,000 ko ba ho. Na stampede bia na se bibi ko si wo ha. Na asay o mani din.
Okay.
What you say yehwe beach nso a intimi fa nipa ne nkoguo emfa mpanyimfo se nkoguo. E na Ghana ankasa nso no ye ni arena and I say you need space bia itimi fa nipa ebro 5,000 ti senke wo bi dia nke do mbeko ho ti ehwemu a na ehu say Independence Square no apart from stadium and any space pa ebitimi afa nipa 30,000 nti nipa kra na ehwe omanim no na omo ye between 10-15,000 just akwa 20,000 but ye sha say ye ticket no ye ni buy ho so no ade no 12 days kra na di promote here. Any buy wants to drew 19 to 21,000 crofwa or my register ticket in say or moba. And then crofon swa na a schools in the idea almost special or more representing. Into ya crown it's able to our buses, petrol, ni buses, ni biad or maba. School for you ask or moba, or be as so person more petel bet sa a dinner or matiti, or Africa has almost so cassa. And na New Africa Foundation so you were and Pabwa 5,000 a day check. You want Taria, you want Norma, and a stars and so on, work room in an almost would the Omontari dada a boom, say, whom from mang microphone be, and sign autograph mom, and yet, nay, our day, and ye yo. A festivity event, just say, O cockra 50 years crown over Kai. Say,
at least we be our day.
Our convention. Now call on and so no one coffee qua. Wouldn't pa one a coy and I saw the Yansan a coy. Would it be coy? Ain't he a jumpa and a shot a diwechi. Now we shall crana. Ubon say, you tria security. I'm a security for a call MTTU. Echo almost so and no more casai and almost so approve 80 policemen. A ye be sa and mine say, Mumbai with protocol. Police ne motorbikes a be fan crofoi a free airport or mobile airport TV for near the dinner to Koshiam. Intimidate na me fi say ya man I fe.
Oh, and state protocol crack can hold a far na free airport ko be in the beginning.
Enti tamina almost shot say omo revoke no and almost stop pay omo revoke police for them so omo revoke bibia what you say enti ye so sha new force there ye ba say ye be system ye ba say you build a middle class. Now, a independent movement, which is the freedom movement, and a time say a cat's a political party party. Mean TB, might try your beer 16 regions. So requirements now who read the constitution and be saying, it's a say, you at least provisional licenses for our political party. But Usha clause now, I say 7 days, no, we will respond. 7 days, Oma responded. Ni Omodia to say police for Osha MTTU. On say Yako request the security for ye Chiomo Sika. Omuno Mako request Yama police for now approve say we will support you with 80 policemen, with soldier men, with all of this. Inti BBA biano yade to 2 years. What I say, Enkrofo mubesi adie Enkrofo plane tickets ni no di ombaba baby ombeda ye bibia te senia e bia global citizen a free abrochire ba kroma say ono so be ye ni show no mo ye no ye be to compete with them. Now this time no dear a homegrown yani ye from Ghana and then leaders no so omokasa no omo so free Africa ha but wo hwa global citizen no dear e man no e di akire ekoboa no eko support no. What I say, Omampenny, a casao, and I know Shensu Abrofo, and I know more yes, I didn't know. And he said, me Obruni be casa mammy for a new force. Now say a mining problem, but Obruni for France be your show, no mining in Akotana chair. Now mean shed a minor journey. What in a metronasi because Ushima ye drew yes sooner and go for free Africa. I move free different in Kenya, Zambia, South Africa, Nigeria. And Krokro when you know you crash soon of Africa. And you cry, say, so one penny for be baha so many yan cry and ye yan my becassa, ya becassa, ya cancel mo, a monko.
And then a course one casa, when you call be, who text message be, who WhatsApp message be, what actually happened?
Captain,
then a course to catch it.
Be unfriendly. Say, Michelle, I see the man in the mass. No, me did me show the Chiramucacra. Say, no, but me who say, Freedom Jacob Caesar, no, AKA. That's him. You see, people know me as cheddar, but people think cheddar is cheese. Cheese is cheddar. In the area, you misunderstand what you're seeing.
Okay.
You need to understand the character. You need to be able to understand the mindset behind the character, and you need to be able to understand what this character, what is he improvising, what is he implementing, what is he orchestrating, what is he developing. If mama approve bia any esheniye, because wo hwe me a menya akra me free Ghana ha me de ma no e kasa keke. So wo hwe landmarks e wo kroma bi no me so afiri ni ho enye broni kra na besi ye e bibini a wo free ukrom na si ye what you say wo hwe adwuma asese de ma nkrofo ma ye bi mitimi 20 per 300 every month. Na me bakra or me fee kra nimpa ebu ebia 1.5 year ni me fix here because it can be so no eni nyina e won kobia nti e won krofo a sese ye de ma omo what you say nti menye obi a me nenam ha me agrobi na me di menim na meko na me nkwanso mentimi nya ne ameye what you say na me nkwanso ntimi nya nipa meka se me sisi adan tintintintin na matokas na manya sika me pese mo so munya bi me pese nkwanso o munyine no so o muso timi ye ne ameye ni bi. I am an example to them. That is my leadership. I want people to understand, say, do not hate me. Don't be jealous of what I've become. Appreciate it because God has some for you. You have life, you have time, you can do it. You know, and I want to be that character. I want to be that person. I want Ghanaians to understand me. Say, when I said, say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a savior, this, that. No. I thought about it, say, the people are struggling. The people want to do what others are doing. The people wish they can do it, but it's impossible because we haven't created the provisions for them. Yet, we have what it takes to make them all become successful. Inti ya baye dia yinimpa se ekuro we bia ekurasi we region we sika se na dawo. Yinim se ukọ takrade a sika egu more than trillion. People from etu ebi too gold, ebi too boxer, ebi too normal no mude ko. Yenim ho hwe. Inti ya dia ya ba se monso mo ma ekwan. Se mo de mo pese mo ma ekwan kra na se mo be ma ye go into industrialization and create the jobs now. Then let us merge as the private sector and the government. This is our bargaining chip. If they don't, then we would go ahead, campaign to the youth, and if the youth believe that the future is ours, then we go together. Because this time here is what God has given you. You should not trade it by selling your soul because someone gives you 100 cedis or 200 cedis and tell you, go and put it here. No. You should have to use it for a good reason. That's why you use your thumb and it opens the door for you. You can use your thumb and it opens your phone for you so you can see what is in there. When you put him at the crunch or the way amount. Until we don't have to waste it. Now, we say, Obi Kase or Pesoya president. Oko no konima uno bisa omuse mumbuame. Na menye president. Into omo buano. No, I president. Uba Africa maima. Obi person ye president okoni mma won se uje na kotumame na menye president na sa no ne odi okoka kire omo se mumbo ame no se obeye president a odi omo ka ni onu so ba wo se je na kotumame no onu so ye president wo de ne ka enti on democracy no twist kakra enti ye se ye correct no. What you say? It is say yes, son. And he said, you know, we're westernized, we're Democrats, and we're following democracy. But the actual way of building it, the rules, the regulations, you know, the explanatory of what it is itself, it's not what we're practicing. We have to practice it right. We have to let the people do things with their will. And I believe that the youth who are up now, they're looking for a way out. They're not looking for a way in. They wait till they become 60 to become a politician so they can fulfill their dream. No, we have to change the narrative. The new force is here to do that. And I am the one facing it. And it's taking you a while for you to see that mask come off. But as it came off, what do you think? Am I handsome? Oh my God. Tell me, what do you think?
Oh, well, to those who didn't know, will say you are handsome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So 2024, all other things being equal, be able to toss din, baby, you know. Say count those one way back ballot paper as well.
Oh, nyame de maka ho. Nyame de maka ho. Na nipa da se nika so obejimi a. Then they should remember say they're trying to question God's grace. But I believe that no man can question God's grace. You see, when God gives you grace, he empowers you. Okay? And he would let you tread upon the cobra and the serpent.
The cobra.
The lion, the lion and the snake. He will keep them underfoot. So this empowerment is not just from me. I think that there is a spiritual, mental, and physical push, you know, and I'm sorry. In kanye biano, kami wo medjuma biye. Kami wo kakra bi di. Na wo hwe ade a obi ka so ye politics wo man mu ha na say African group ma no mo ye de ye omo a wa wo besuro. Wo be sign kra. Wo be sign. But akukuduro na media ba beduru ha no. I want to guarantee you, I want to tell you that I'm taking you somewhere, and we together, we're taking ourselves out of whatever economic crisis that we've gotten stuck in, into a freedom economy, an independent economy, where every region can have their own economy, times it by 16, then we will have a real economy, a balanced one. Not an economy that obia pese free either Takrade, Cape Coast, Kumasi so oba Accra, Hanesika wo. Debi, ukwa brochire Manchester, it's a city. Liverpool, it's a city. Omu football clubs, omu businesses, omu bibia, udi ni nyina boom. Now the land in Kahwa, and they England. What's it about China? And then they England. Inti se oba Ghana, na se ne wa Accra. Na se ye nye kro. You crossing into media me ba say omunyina meboamu. Usha, there are different people in Ghana who are great examples. One of my favorite entrepreneurs is Despite. Usha no background, baby you free. What timi yes e dia bedru baby a wadru. E ye obi a ese say ye ne template. Ne dia kire nkura say munhwe so na munye bi. Munhwe so. And so kwa no na bia nkrofo ni obi anwoya ne no mano emfa
what born no dim I mean family sawe na yenko. A lot of people was sorry say aban wo ho say ye party be ye sorry ye gitumi no ya your mind ye no so wo adwuma na ye di wani na ya kan adwuma na egu fam wo adwuma ba ko mienu miensa wunsuro
oh enya adwuma no na emma me dwene se eni se meye we na sabi obi a me ka kiro se me fira so kwa me bana me nkura hwe me consume nkura bibia ade a me jama ma eni ne me yama mu eno na mbeka enya dan kura me sie na mbedwene ho enya kaza me toy na mbedwene ho ade a mbedwene ho pa ne se akura bi sore ye na osore ye na ose e man no se na sese ye hihye no nipa no se na sese ye bo amu na waye na oye ye no atesa nti ube me konkrofo krom ebi a mekoteki na omu de obi picture boho obi office president boho but papa no so picture boho because na oye ma man no omu remfida ebi a no me hwe Kwame Nkrumah na oye ma man na eni se ye refi no ye remfi no but me nso me hu se Kwame Nkrumah no be wo ha wo ye ya wanwie nti enso betima to aso
na ya ye de chance
no na say a man no kase ye po ya ye nkrofo eni omo masore gina ho mo akukudura eno de enye because obi enim say Jesus na baba ye Jesus ena obi nso nim say so nkomu ku Jesus no sa na ke baba ya nkom be kana mana nante what ya say nti adwuma ne de enye no na medwene ho minim pa say ebia enoma bebre baba minim pa say nkasa bebre baba fa me ho. But I never let what people say about me determine my morality.
That's right.
I will never do that. I will stand on my feet. Whatever that is coming, I will face it. I did not come here alone. God actually watched me. He realized that this young man has courage. He has made good use of my wisdom, my knowledge. The little that has come out from the wisdom and the knowledge, which is money, is what you're seeing me turning it around like that. Everything that you have seen, kakrana me wano, and then I me dibi aye billboards, di aye me komenim. Na emu no edru mra se oman no pese omo boa me a. Omo boa me. Ni omo de ba boa me bia no so no, I will transparently declare it.
Okay.
What you say?
Eti Ubeko as an independent presidential candidate.
I am going, but if they decide to give me the certificate as a political party also, I will use the political party. Until the two are is open.
But what apply?
Yeah,
more provisional certificates.
After 7 days, they will give you. They haven't responded nothing.
For how long now?
3 months.
I check.
Yeah, true be but yeah, could be na you know. First, now I say, some primaries, some this, some that, and then. Koswa na fede obia voice out orders from above. Orders from above no matiti wo baby bebre matibi wo yisi matibi wo convention matibi wo
some farmer
orders no me can say me but you know the orders from above just say we're waiting they say and I say yes see em close and I say yes see say. So for me I think say amino yamaya emrawom and na no maybe wo honso a ese ye a efata nti ebi mu hwe me ana omu tie me sesei ati se omu tie me ne no omu tie me kasa ne omu se wo hwe se akra we owo ne obi fufuro nso anya owo sa industry no mu na
obedu achi
boy do the right thing because there are people in politics who are just like me or I'm just like them. They are not better than me and I'm not better than them. So what stops me from being a part of it?
Me per se ba policies them ye fana mako ye tasene mako na ye kom ye wi ana mama akohome na me nsuma akohome actually ni ye hye wa kire ho aha but answer na mema obeko no me per se ye convention ni mu biom.
Okay,
a lot of people were asking the choice of personalities are now person mo kasa ho PLO Lumumba, Peter Obi. He became a thorn. One of them, Kwakrafo, Africa. The former African Union ambassador, that vibrant woman,
Dr. Arikana.
And then the fireman, Balema. Why these 4 people?
I chose these 4 people because first I picked 2 politicians, but I picked the odd against the norm. 2.
Okay.
Okay. Peter Obi, it's probably the most West African talked about politician today.
Sure.
Okay. Julius Malema, for 2.5 decades, he sacrificed his life to become a politician that he has been restricted to be. Now he's the leader of his party, and he's literally accepted and embraced. As radical as he has demonstrated himself to be, he is still now embraced and accepted. And I'm a far 2 activists. Patrice Lumumba has also spent 2 decades of his life talking about the mistakes of our leaders, governance, the resources that we're not using right. Dr. Arikana turned his back on the institution or the entity that actually gave her a job as an ambassador.
Sure.
Yes, and said that what you people are doing is not
wrong.
right. You have to do the right thing. They are very powerful with their thoughts that they think the right thing should be done, meaning that they cannot be bought. That's why I chose people who cannot be bought. So their word is bond, and I decided to build a convention with. But I knew that after the convention, the people of Ghana and Africa would have realized that I am on a path to change my country and my continent, because that's what I am on a path to do. You know, for me, presidency is not something that I see as a vibrant position that one has to acquire. After all, because you come to inherit debts and all these problems. So when I'm fix here, now I'm mining bobo, and and your fault. I dare say, they can't handle it because Obi Hokrana were basic works and house minister for works and housing, but no one see apartment that, one see dine that, and so you see one on 1 year works and housing. What you say? Enti and no money be wo a chiri ye leaders ne so. Enti nkofo ya me de omo bae no. Na me pese omo voice no e katsako a chiri. Na even the likes of BBC, CNN, radio, media for mobile, African Report. Omo who say yes, we have woken up as Africans. Now we want to industrialize our own minerals. We want to industrialize our own human resources. We want to, we want to change our continent. We want to empower our youth. But all the time, you can see, say, there are people who are doing something conniving in the government sector. Either say they make you look like a criminal, they write bad news about you, they say this, they say that. I've seen people even now, it's clear that there are stars and other people who are paid by some political leaders just to destroy other people for them. That's their job. I'll take money and I'll go and destroy this person for it. Sure. We can't build our nation like this. And end up with the cancellation.
How were you told say for venue now?
Oh,
it was just by a letter.
1 hour. Huh? 1 hour before the event. 1 hour. Just say yashishe bibia eduane I de be manipa 8,000 for free and so 20,000 bottles Red Bull, Lamborghini, then all of it. It's about 40,000 drinks. I've paid for people, musicians, production, everything.
How many minutes? 1 hour. 60 minutes to
when they were saying the buses were coming and people were dropping and they were stopping them from entry. Yes, they came there the night before and they were trying to say receipt near BBR. What you say? Almost say national security. No mushim fear if you are nipa miensa. Intermediate frame catch me. I wasn't there myself, but the workers. And so they saw it as a threat. And me too, I thought, say, oh no, this is maybe a joke because they show me a receipt in the video. That video, almost some back, a reanimu. Say, oh, they think that they have a show there. And I said, oh, you have a show. Where is your receipt that says that? No, it's a government show. Now, I'm the helicopter basis here. I said, helicopters, a basis here. No more BB some for military. So this is what they said. Inti Usha by 3 p.m. no 3:30 no the helicopter ninam adeniso one helicopter to. THR say and idea is serious. And video also na video police and soldier army na omodin tuoba. Hey, na workers ne sha say so musuro kakra. Until beginning, they no more general say, na ye we receipt ye obi bia. But they drew sa no na afede enkofo aba mu book akra. Emi so me try my best. Me frefreye. Ema mpanyimfo bi ema ye kire me say they will get back to me to resolve it. But manti obi anka. Na omo sha ase say omo pam nkofo no. Nti me dey me hu say ade no enya ade a meeting me control be na German sem but ne na me hwere ne say nkofo e de omaba na nkofo nso a omoba because nkofo e de omaba na wo hwe the way I cancel no ma me dwene hu say e kro no e bi asesa enti se na etie biem na that's where my worries were and many nso wuye because akwai to say penifo mo Africa matom safrom omo akase na wo akra ye Judy na Judy ade na untimi enka nkire wo mindful say ne omo ye ne nya me so ntimi me try and try enti ho na na engwase no afri aba
me share wo list no the first question I mean papa bia why ye security adwuma chenam say hey who did the security analysis before these people even agreed to come some baba be kasa was ready I say Dr. Rikana be catch wa Obagana so be lunch book lawyer bia wonya ne be call lawyer Safa Bebrese ono ne ka book ni na aboa no last minute say be lunch book no ya ma kwanti ya ma book lunch number so Ogana haya last year na
hey
yeah
ana bia wona waka na nti onu ti ara
onu ankata nim enti book lunch no eye troka
pasa oye Oh, you literally have Ghanaian.
That's right. That's right. Amaso. Again, we share the way some European countries, authority and African Union. Your papa bakubi wa na oye Ghana ni ame mpese me body din. Ana okwa kopre the omo de year no. We he Malema na nkasa ne baba ko Ghana. Questions said the tata no wo Kotoka International Airport and ibufu ya kra ka oya asako. When you know, mpenifo na wo frɛ wo mom ka say they will get back to you no. Then wo catch you later. Member obi adin.
Oh, obi am frɛ me.
Obi am frɛ obi.
Obi am frɛ.
Aje obi answer.
Na obi anso enka nkyɛ me say ebia kafra. What you say because unhu akɔhyɛm, unhu akɔdim, wadim akɔgyinam. Nti ebia kafra kosɛ na ubetimi ayebie. Minya san hyenkran no free
obia ho
na enye se bia enipa okroma mpamasem minim se nipa pamasem pa
mepawasem
o mampanyi yamadamfo opamasem debi ono ohumi ofre me cheda what you say the yire obia ya menamfofo minim difference no MPPD NDC minim namfofo na minim se mahama yamadamfo na mehuna mechia no menene besere what you say obia panyimu bia no medibuo ma no what you say nti eduru se ye kan mass hu nsem no na ama nipa ayese o matwe o hu kakra
efi hu
na me so na me mpese me de politics be kwa ha mebusuafo aye quite say minti na eni ba be da o mu nti me so na matwe me hu kakra na me hwe so akoso aye ne sese be ya
pacho timer we nyina ko wie se wontimi nye convention no Malema kadai
Malema no na o ne ne yire e wo baabi enunti na ese the private plane ba but e kru no ba ko a esese wo gina o refile plane no na onya landing permit nti o ka kire se obeye feed live feed aba nti ye de na ya organize it with the show say edru ono so obekasa he will be live and speaking to the crowd nti ya cancel ade no na inyina ya chinase it's hata me Peter Obi na PLO na doctor ti adwene ho ana yesi o enye hwe ya ma omo press conference no mu se ya buy say ya baba yesi.
Now more reaction one about the country say ye be ya de to say obi eni ho a obetete obi ambetu obi a PLO Lumumba o Phyllis saying okaden Dr. Rekana Phyllis saying okaden and then Peter Obi.
Honestly, I think that Ghana was the last place they expected that we would do that.
They were all disappointed.
Yes, they were. Apart from disappointment, I think they were shocked.
They were shocked?
Yeah, they were shocked because, you know, Ghana is considered to be the most peaceful country on the continent. You know, with the best stability, both in economic and politics. So even if they had political issues, they know that they would deal with it in a democratic way, not in a very forceful way. What you're saying, they were shocked.
Were your people under duress to remove the stage things and no fixing in a
say
omo pama dom na no mo muntutu mu niema
say obi ba na say nkrofo ba no mkretu na national security heads ne police helicopter you know masa I do say ahonya de a obeka say ukogina ho say nti nkrakra na omo gina bonten a omo buafu omo kasa no na eyomo ya because ebi free Koforidua ne bai ebi free Togo ne bai ebi free Liberia nearby. You know, ebi free Cape Coast, ebi nso free Accra, nipa bebree free baby. Na uhwa eman no Africa kra no. Se obehwe na wo hu dom bebree se ya. Aya na obi na eto nyom. They say whiskey da na Burna Boy no mo concert. Nti ye first time omo hu say 3-4 leaders be kasa. Ena nyom so ka ho. Ena ntare so ka ho. Ena ye ko. So what's in America? So I'm first one no more yet to say a political ambition being a medium buy to come and now unveiling no crime beno. And your crime. Oh, yebeye na ABI yebeye Nigeria and yebeye Kenya. We're already in discussion because I want people to know that the convention has become a movement. It was an alerted awareness that we decided to create amongst the African provenance. And so Ghana is where I'm from. Okay. And I managed to convince them to start from here. Unfortunately, it didn't. But the nation, the continent, the countries in the continent are looking for the next location. Okay.
Patrice Lumumba, Dr. Arikana, and then Peter Obi. Omoko John Mahama. Ukobi.
No, we didn't go to John Mahama. We had lunch together.
With him?
Yes, because...
At his residence?
No.
Where?
In the Chinese restaurant in airport, the old one that has been in Ghana for 20 years. I forgot the name.
Okay.
Please help me. It was... They
they
had a branch before in
I don't know.
On Wuwei. Okay, so in a Chinese restaurant. And so I was even the last person that was there.
He invited all of you?
No, Mahama didn't invite me. So PLO and Dr. Arikana was already there, eating.
So how did he get there? He knew of this meeting, this lunch?
PLO.
No, John.
John Mahama was there when I got there. They were already there. So I think PLO already know John Mahama.
No, I know, but maybe say womu koshiano. John a restaurant I could no who no
I think it was a planned lunch. I think they had a planned lunch. So for me, I was...
Oh, you didn't know?
No. I was just called that this is where they were. And I said, okay, I'm coming.
By PLO, Arikana?
Arikana, there was Timmy, Frank, and I think some other people, you know.
One of them called you?
No, it was the woman, Dr. Arikana, because...
she's the one who called you?
Yeah, because I was supposed to go to view a land with her that she owns, that she wants to develop in Ghana. Because you know the husband is Ghanaian.
Ghanaian, sure.
So around 2:30, that's when she called me that this is where we are. So maybe come. Then from here, we go.
Okay.
I knew some Mahama was there. But when I got there, you know, there was a seat arranged for me to sit down beside Mahama. And then we just had, you know, a general conversation. First, we were talking about, you know, African governance and how the future should be. And then we talked about the country, how it should be governed. You know, we all made jokes of how people, you know, politics and how people vote and this and that. So this was just the conversation. I don't even remember us discussing the convention there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was just a lunch talk.
Bibia about the
a lunch talk.
Yeah, cancel.
No. We didn't have that discussion. I think also, you know, being a president, it's a very high position. You know, so they respect yourself. I've encountered, you know, an audience with Nana and Mahama. These people, they're dignitaries. They respect themselves, you know, in the way they talk, in the way they speak. So I just think that the media like to create their own thing about them because
you felt honored. I mean, having all of them there.
Oh yes, I mean, I am blessed. I didn't think that there could be a time that I would call some leaders that they would come. I didn't think that there could be a time that friends like Floyd Mayweather or Naomi Campbell would say that I've sent a private plane for you. Come to my event because I want you there. Do you understand? So I'm trying to wonder what are they seeing in me that I'm not seeing.
Okay.
You know, so it's value. It's a value for me to know the president or the ex-president, for me to be able to know, say, I know him. Well, that alone means that God.
Mahama Kade, did he say anything about you, Arikana, Lumumba?
Oh no. But I remember PLO mentioning that, you know, I have something coming. I have a mission. There's greatness, you know, but this is all after the cancellation and everything, you know, just making him aware that, you know, what they saw, they were impressed. They realized that my vision would not be enough for Ghana. My vision would fit in Africa. It would make Africans stand up. So the Western will start to respect us based on what we have and why we're turning it into what is becoming.
Mami, have 3 areas. Now, how you handled it. First of all, agriculture. What's your plan?
My plan in agriculture is that I plan to create 100,000 entrepreneurs. And this is something that I'm advocating for women. You know, when you look at our economy, almost every woman is becoming a housewife. And then the woman that has managed to get their job has become too powerful that they might not even have a husband or a boyfriend just because they're responsible for themselves. So the dynamics needs to be adjusted a little bit. You know, it needs some kind of adjustment. And I realized that when I studied all the regions, I could rent all these lands from the chiefs in all the regions. And I could grade the land myself. I am going to supply them with seedling and urea. So I am the investor in this project for the women in all the regions until I create 100,000 of them and they will start farming. Now the women of our country are the same women that cook for us. They cook in our houses. They should be responsible for planting the seed, for harvesting the seed. We, in return, will be responsible in putting the plants there so they can process the food processing.
Okay, I'll have another time with you. I'd wanted us to go deeper into some of these areas, but...
So yeah, the 100,000 women that becoming entrepreneurs as farmers is coming.
Your vision, your mission, well explained. Semi here will to come on this show. Dabenda na beba.
Oh, send there some which me nyambo to me answer. Say we the announcement is who hear me be message there. Say you know. Oh, wait there so bad. No much
don't be surprised. He went to a Palm Secondary School. Now senior anymore. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've enjoyed your show. You know, we a friend brofuni tree you know, you gave me comfort to speak my language and to speak other languages that I understand better. You know, I was a little bit jittery when you were, you know, lashing the government because now I cost watch it, but you know I came here for other things. I'm full of courage, but now person me said transcendent can never can. What I say later now the other so catch on no catch.
All right, eti mami fa wonsia na nyame ya adoma yebe share juada. Minia, bedase.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.